of you. Now we are going to continue with the types of the bit transfer. In the last lecture, what we have discussed about the directions of transmission that were simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. We discussed in detail. Now coming towards the types of the bit transfer, what are the types of the bit transfer? So do remember that bits can be transmitted in two methods. One method could be the serial transmission, and the other one could be the parallel transmission. Now first of all, try to understand the concept or the basic concept for the serial and parallel. Serial means that bit will be, now concentrate on my word, bit, that means a single memory unit. Okay, a single memory unit will be transferred either from the sender to the receiver or from the receiver to the sender, one bit at a time. When it comes to the parallel, so parallel means minimum of the two bits. Now again concentrate or focus on my word, it's bits now. So minimum of the two, yeah, we do say that two can't be transferred, like four can be transferred because it makes up a nibble. You might know that the combination of 4 bits is known as a nibble. Now it's not necessary that the byte is going to be transmitted. Most of the persons say that the byte will be transmitted in the parallel. No, it's not necessary. The basic example or the basic definition, sorry, says that minimum of the 2 bits and maximum can be any number of the bits if they are transferred simultaneously at a time from either sender to the receiver or from the receiver's end to the sender's end. So this is known as the parallel transmission. Now when it comes to the serial transmission, let me come again with the serial and parallel. Serial is something one bit at a time, parallel is something multiple bits at a time. So make sure for this thing. Now coming towards the serial, now there is a long definition written over here. So most importantly, when we say that one bit is transferred at a time, so why are we transmitting? Obviously it will be slow transmission of the data from one end to another end, but why are we focusing on one bit? So do remember, serial transmission is a type of the transmission in which the authenticity and the integrity. Authenticity means it will be verified. Integrity means that there will be no errors over there. So if over there or over where we cannot compromise over the authenticity and the integrity of the data, on those places or at that places we are utilizing serial transmission. Serial is mostly utilized over a longer distance. Okay, now make sure for one more thing. It's written over here, one bit will transfer down a single wire at a time. It is used to transmit data over a long distance. Okay, now make sure for one more thing. Over a long distance. Okay, now do remember that this long distance thing can be manipulated. That means we can send the data in the serial transmission method over a shorter distance as well. Yeah, but what is the thing that cannot be manipulated, or what that is more important? That is something like this, where integrity and authenticity of the data cannot be compromised. So at the place where the authenticity and the integrity of the data cannot be compromised, at those places we are actually utilizing the serial transmission. Yeah, we usually do say that it is transmitted on a longer distance, but it's not necessary. Or you may transmit the data in a serial transmission over a shorter distance as well. Coming towards the parallel transmission. So as I told you that multiple bits will be transferred down multiple wires, or you may say multiple bits will be transferred at a time. It's not necessary that you need to copy down word to word from the notes. You can write it down in your own words as well. Okay, and I will highly appreciate if you go ahead with this thing. Okay, but the data is sent over a shorter distance, sorry, not longer, shorter distance, first thing. The other thing is that where authenticity and integrity of the data, any of such thing can be compromised. So at the place where it could be compromised, so at that places or at those places we are actually utilizing the parallel transmission. Now for an example, we say we need to send the data to the printer. Sending data to printer. Now you may say that it is a shorter distance. Yeah, because the printer is just placed at the side of the system. So it is a shorter distance, but what type of the transmission are we going to utilize? We will be utilizing the serial transmission. Why are we utilizing the serial transmission in this, although it's a shorter distance? Because as I told you that this thing is more important: authenticity and integrity. Authenticity and integrity of the data cannot be compromised. We need the exact data that we have sent to the printer. We need the exact word to word data to be printed on a paper as we have sent it. So at that location we are not allowed, or we cannot compromise over the authenticity or integrity of the data. So we will be utilizing the serial transmission over there. When it comes to the parallel transmission, so the example could be the cellular calls. Yeah, because if the data is not reached properly, like for example I'm talking to you on a phone call, or I'm having an online class with you, but there is some sort of the signal distortion due to the noise or something like that. So what will be the maximum loss? You might ask, sir, can you please just repeat this for me? I wasn't able to understand that part. So yeah, I will be repeating that particular thing, no issues with that. So at those places where we can compromise over the authenticity or the integrity of the data, at those places we are actually utilizing parallel transmission. Now the question comes in the paper: define the serial and the parallel transmission. Okay, you can write down these definitions as well. And sometimes they do ask about the difference between the serial and parallel. Okay, you may take the points for defining the serial and parallel from these differentiate or differentiating points as well. So now, as the serial first point says, reliable over a longer distance, it's not parallel, it's not reliable over a longer distance. So it, you may say, works well for the shorter distance. As I told you, one bit at a time, so obviously it will be slower. Parallel will be faster at that time. Less expensive due to fewer hardware requirements. Okay, now what do I mean by that? One bit at a time down a single wire. That means I won't be requiring multiple wires. I won't be requiring multiple bits or multiple buses to transmit a multiple data. So obviously it will be cheap, but when it comes to the parallel, so parallel do require multiple buses, multiple ports, because multiple bits are being sent at the particular moment. So this is the reason that it will be bit expensive in comparison to the serial transmission. As serial is transmitting data in a bit by bit format, so obviously there will be less chances of corruption, whereas when it comes to parallel, so over a parallel transmission, as the bits are being sent together or simultaneously, so obviously there will be more chances of the data corruption or data collision. So again, it's which one is more secured? Serial is more secured, parallel is less secured. Yeah, but parallel is faster, serial is slower in comparison to the parallel transmission. So this was for the types of the bit transfer. In the next session or in the next lecture, we are going to discuss about the USBs. Thank you so much, guys. Allah Hafiz.